Alright, welcome back to War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Let's go right into the story here. So this is chapter 9. We should get a little recap, but let's see if there's anything unique here. Nope. Although we are getting yellow items now. Alright. So we'll take her, Argius, or whatever her name is. And let's see, we should get a little recap here.
Electing to rescue Princess Macherie, Mont's party makes for Leonis Castle. However, Victora and Loartha chose not to inform Glaciella of Mont's latest movements, believing she will emerge victorious. Glaciella lets her thoughts run freely, envisioning a false future that will never come to pass. Soon enough, dawn approaches. King Kuri's wicked laughter fills the castle halls. He knows the destruction of Rubius and Glaciela's death may well be within his grasp.
I don't think Glaciela's death is going to be a thing, but we'll see what happens.
I see. Lady Macherie has been taken to Leonis Castle by traitors of Horn.
That seems to be the case. Therefore, we must do whatever is in our power to...
Wait just a moment. You're not suggesting that we rescue Lady Macherie on our own, are you?
What else can we do? Well, I suppose we will need to gather allies at some point. But there's no time for that now.
So you want us to sneak into the castle by ourselves? Because that would be impossible. Impossibly impossible.
Well, we can't just leave Lady Macherie to die!
A moment, you two. I have received word that Horn Solidus are on their way to Leonis Castle, much to our fortune.
So we'll be backing Solidus then?
No. There is something else that I would like to request of you.
What would that be?
I need you to travel to Wazette and inform the Leonis forces there of what has befallen Lady Macherie. The might of Solidus alone would likely be enough to capture the castle. Alas, it would come at a great price.
Meaning that Lady Macherie can only be saved if the two nations join forces.
Take this with you. It may prove useful.
Black Claw. Is this your scarf?
If you show this to my husband, or perhaps my sons, surely they would.
We will be sure to let the Leonis forces know that you are indeed still alive.
No, that will not do. We cannot let anyone know that I survived the battle at Anvil Castle.
Huh? But why?
Because to others, I have died. My death can be used to my advantage. It could very well bear us a chance to defeat Soderly and his followers.
Understood. Then I will proceed as you've requested, without letting the rest of Leonis find out.
I must apologize for foisting my burden upon you two.
Not at all. If we hadn't met you when we did, we would be...
We most certainly would have taken a different path in life. With that, we shall take our leave.
King Elda and Lord Mont will be informed of Lady Macherie's dire situation. We will not fail you.
Well, Queen Helena's gotten a bit of an upgrade there. Huh. Well, I'm glad that she's back, finally. It's been several chapters since we've last seen her. So this is chapter 9, Sacred Land Aflame.
I'm beat. Not that it comes as much of a surprise.
Wow, this is curious.
What is... What? Just because Sosha said she's tired and I didn't?
Not that. It just struck me that you really are doing your best.
He's right about that. To think that we're right back on the road to Leonis, just when we thought we'd have a chance to rest in Wazette. I thought you would have at least whined about it once by now.
But this is the first time we've ever worked together with Calum, you know?
Huh. So your sense of rivalry is keeping you going?
It's only natural. We are representing Fordham after all.
Well, our numbers are also terribly low at the moment.
Speaking of which, I've not laid eyes on Etra and the other new recruits in some time. I wonder what's happened.
From what I've heard, their morale plummeted after Lilith berated them.
So what has happened to Etra? She hasn't gone on the run, has she?
Unfortunately, it seems that she's become somewhat of a recluse. Yerma is always by her side, so that's some comfort. But alas.
Was there not one more? What was her name again?
The one that touted herself as the strongest paladin, right?
Right, her! I think her name was Nasha.
I thought they were really giving it their all. I heard that they got the boots knocked off of them by Lilith during a Fordham mock battle.
But why would that old hag even be there? She's not in Fordham.
Because she likes to be seen wherever she can, that one.
All she does is nag. It's no wonder men don't want anything to do with her.
Just who might you be talking about now? I only did as I was requested by Lord Stern, mind you. Were you not aware?
Apologies.
This lecture's postponed. Prepare for battle!
So that was kind of like there was like a side mission story thing that they did, like an event, and that was where those characters came up. So it's kind of weird that they're referencing it in the main plot, but nonetheless. But that was kind of neat to see Queen Helena. It's been a while since like things have been happening.
I'll cut you down with this very blade.
All right then, here we go. Pinpoint!
And I'm curious how the rebellion is going.
Well, well. So you really intend to fight?
This is ill-advised. Futile.
Take that!
Looks like these units are
Wow, everyone's
a little
using such
beefier
fine
than the
weapons.
usual fare.
Pinpoint!
Okay, here I go.
How do you like this?
But my Medina's still a beast, so.
Found it.
Alright, there we go.
Well done.
I wonder when that new Queen Helena unit will be like a unit that we can actually pull. She looks much, much better than her original look. Back to the homeland, number 1. I think that's Yernma. You know what? Let's take another Medina. Medina's pretty awesome. Okay, straight into battle. That's fine.
I'll cut you down with this very blade.
All right then, here we go. Time for a shootout.
We've got a double Medina
Oh, well.
team.
So you really intend to fight? So you really intend to fight?
Futile.
How do you like this?
Wow, everyone's
They're
using
going
such
down.
fine weapons.
Is that it? No, there's definitely more.
It's not over yet!
Can you endure this?
Ooh, that Medina is way stronger than my Medina.
Sorry!
Not bad.
Found it!
Alright, so that's that.
Well done.
I'm not the biggest fan of Lilith, though. But I do hope she ends up with Schutzelt. Back to the homeland number 2. See, like, the requirements now are saying, like, Unit 68, job level 12. I wonder if they'll, like, branch off the main story, like, eventually, so that, like... So, yeah, Let's see what's happening here in the story. Curious. I actually really enjoy the story in this game, believe it or not. It could be told a little bit better, but it seems like they're trying to use the units, like, with zoom-ins and stuff like that a little better.
Here we go. Time for
A little more cinematic,
Well, well.
but
So you really intend to fight us?
they need to do some work on the maps, because they're pretty boring, a lot of them.
I will do it. Wow, everyone's using such fine weapons.
How do you like this?
Found it!
Pinpoint.
Can you endure this?
Now's my chance.
More units. Fantastic. Ooh. Yeah, I need to really replace Eileen soon.
Pinpoint. I shall eliminate you.
Futile. It is as I knew it would be from the
Alrighty.
beginning.
We get nothing after that. Really? Absolutely nothing? I mean, I did have a little crash, but I don't think there's any story things there. Oh no, back to the homeland 2. Here we go. So let's see what happened after that battle.
What's the matter?
The stars have grown faint.
It's a sign of the approaching dawn.
Right. Aren't you tired?
Are you actually worried about little old me?
We haven't had a proper night's rest since Leonis.
There's not much we can do about that. Lady Macherie waits imprisoned within Leona's castle. If we don't reach her soon...
I know. That's why rest is a luxury we don't have right now.
But alas... I hope Lady Glaciella is okay.
Don't worry. Victor has said that she would explain why we had to postpone.
Do you believe her?
Huh?
I think your feelings for her might be clouding your judgment.
I don't have feelings for... You don't trust her, do you?
I don't have any proof that she's lying. but my intuition tells me so.
We need to hurry so that we can get back to Wizette Castle as soon as possible. That's all we can do for now.
That we can agree on.
Okay. So Liart clearly doesn't trust Victora, which she shouldn't, because Victor is lying and scheming, and I don't even think she's really on anybody's side except her own, to be honest. But let's see here. So before dawn, number 1. And we'll bring a Yerma? I don't even know if that's how you say her name, but I think that's her name.
Lady Glaciella, it is almost time to take the field.
Right. I will venture behind the castle to initiate a diversion.
Are you sure about this, Lady Miranda? You are our guest from the East. Getting involved in our affairs like this.
Not to worry. You have been a most cordial host to us Outlanders, Lady Glaciella. This battle is an ideal chance for me to return the favor. Alas, if only Master were here as well.
Sir Seymour is still on the road, I take it.
Yes. It could be that Rundal will finally declare war on Sottily. Or perhaps he is inquiring into the current state of affairs.
So, Rundal's invasion has come at last.
If that is true, we have no time to spare in overthrowing Kuri and conquering Gwisette. Lady Miranda, we will not get a second chance. We must win this battle.
I am aware.
However, there is no need to fight to the last if the battle seems lost. I do not want to lose any of you.
Lady Glaciella, I must be off. We will begin our assault behind the castle at sunrise.
And once the enemy has been drawn to your location, we will lay siege to the castle gates.
After that, we need only wait for Lord Mont to open the gates and allow our entry.
With all the pieces in place, our victory is all but assured.
Right. Let us set out, shall we?
My dagger can hardly stay in its sheath.
Oh boy, I don't think this is going to end well for them. Although they do have some extra support with Miranda. But I don't know. I don't think it's looking good.
I'll cut you down with this very blade.
All right then, here we go.
For a shootout.
Well, well. So you really intend to fight?
Civilization.
This tension in the air before a battle. It's intoxicating.
Wow, everyone's using such fine weapons.
Take this!
Seems I'll have to fight in earnest.
How do you like this?
Yeah, that's a lot of extra units that just popped in. And our Medina's not really doing much. She keeps getting her units sniped.
Pinpoint!
How do you like this?
Can you handle this?
Easy!
Not bad.
Just have the wolf left. Kind of in an inconvenient location. Poison mist. Oh man.
New tile.
There we go.
It is as I knew it would be from the beginning.
Alright, Before Dawn number 2. Let's bring Venera with us.
It is to protect him. I will do it!
Cut you down with this very blade.
I really would like it if Dario was
All
still
right, then.
alive.
Here we go. Hit point!
I kind of liked his character.
Well, well. So you really intend to fight?
This is ill-advised to realization.
Can you endure this?
Wow, everyone's used. Sorry, I was a little careless. Yeah?
Found it!
Okay, here I go.
Just one skeleton left. Although I'd be surprised if there was a story scene after this one.
We're not in the clear just yet.
Were you captivated, perhaps?
They've been being a bit more slimmer with the amount of story scenes that we get. But maybe. And nope, as expected. So, I think what we'll do is we'll take a break here. Next time we'll continue on with Battle 6 and probably finish the chapter. Or not the chapter, sorry, the scene of Chapter 9. So, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.